Hello, hello. Can you hear us all?
Hi. Yeah. Ooh,
Welcome
let's
to the stream,
go.
everyone. It's 10 years since Just James's Gmod Doctor Who series, 5 since my series. So we're all gathered here today to rewatch a few and do some live commentary and behind-the-scenes discussion. Oh yeah, and how many years has it been since yours, Kate? When did you start?
I was gonna say.
Sorry.
How many since how many since me?
Yeah.
Depends how far we want to talk.
When did you first start?
Like first start? Like
Hmm.
really like when I was 11, so like 7 years ago.
Do you want to go from like episode 1, or do you want to go straight into episode 3? It's up to you.
No, we'll watch episode 1. It's a gem. You know?
It's a gem.
It's a bad gem. It's a bad gem, but it's a gem.
It's a gem. There's no such thing as a bad gem.
The series of all time.
I'll put your other stream up on my other screen now.
Oh.
Oh my god, the Dalek!
Who gave this
What a
man a
great
computer? That gripped me. That did.
Yeah?
If you listen really carefully, you can hear me eating a jam in Georgia. And I only know that because I remember eating one when I recorded it. I made...
So did you have your mic audio on the whole time, just sat there silent?
Apparently. Oh.
Nice.
You just got
Nice.
MLG.
MLG.
Nice.
Guys, remember, right click to freeze an object.
Next time, the Dalek drones, or the red drone Daleks will rise. Return of the Daleks. Can't wait for that.
That was not what it was called as well. This is cinema.
I remember when this came out, I think, because this had about 300,000 views, if I remember, last time I checked.
The original one.
The original one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they're all privatised now.
Great opening.
Earlier.
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 What banging music. Oh.
Oh.
Right,
Wasn't the TARDIS just at the top there? You would have seen it.
Hello?
Everyone has guns.
Is anyone in
It's in
Yeah.
America,
The
that's why.
Doctor himself has a gun.
Who are you?
That is my name. I'm just the
Well,
doctor.
I'm afraid you're gonna have to give some kind of proper ID if you're gonna be here, sir.
No, I am just the doctor.
No.
I have no idea.
No.
I'm glad you didn't damage mine.
Yeah.
I
have
love
not
this.
any
Is the
money,
best
so-
bit in a minute.
Okay, could you give it a hand, see if you could sonic it
Give it
or...
a
I did.
Sonic.
Look.
That fixes anything.
No.
It's a very convenient plot device.
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
god.
We'd be lost without the science screwdriver.
Brilliant man, Doctor. I don't know how
Good
you
old
did
V
that.
cars,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Is it V cars? No, it's not V
yes.
cars.
S-Cars.
Wait, what's this?
S cars, that's it.
Oh,
I used to
this
play
is
on
where
this
my
map all the
friend
time, I
works and-
Wait, stop the car, stop the
I
car.
don't remember this map.
What?
Stop the car, stop the car.
You can hear us
Right,
laughing.
what's wrong?
Did you see that?
See what?
It was just there.
How did you
See,
get
my-
the Weeping Angel to disappear?
Did you not
Because
see that?
I always thought
See
it was
what?
like Harry just deleting it as you went past.
I think that is what it is.
Yeah.
Or did we cut?
I don't think so. I didn't see
No, I
it
think
cut.
he did. He spawned it in, and then I had to basically rely on him to.
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
Why has everyone
was
got
killed.
a gun?
By what?
By a weeping angel.
Yeah, there's a gun there.
What are you
The Weeping
talking
Angel had a
about?
gun.
Oh, you're just saying a prank, honey.
I told you, everyone has a
Drop it
gun.
now.
No. Look, I'm sorry, but he's dead.
By the way, this
The
was done in
Weeping
Windows
Angel,
Movie
they killed
Maker.
him.
Oh,
Was
really?
it?
Why does that have
The whole first
why does
series
this all
was done in
happen
Windows
when
Movie
you've like came
Wow,
over
those
here?
were the
Nothing
days.
bad like this has ever happened to me until you've come over
Were you
here.
alive when,
Well, I
when
don't
Windows
know.
Movie Maker was
Alright.
there?
Yes, I use Movie Maker. I did my first.
are.
I think my first 2 episodes were in Movie Maker.
Oh, okay.
Warning,
And then I moved to Hit Film Express.
Oh,
What
Hit
are you
Film's so
talking
good. I have it.
Yeah.
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 What do I have? I have
Ever.
Hit Film
We need to get
I've
back
always
to
used
the car,
Vegas.
it should be repaired.
Pro. I have Hit Film Pro. I did have Vegas,
Oh, yeah,
and then I moved to
shit.
Hit Film. No, Premiere.
yeah,
then I moved
so
to
I
Hit
think-
Film Pro.
Yeah,
No,
the
I've
first
got
one
Premiere.
was. The first one was Movie Maker.
Oh, this
Whoa, whoa,
I love
Oh,
how his friends
oh,
just
oh.
died, and we're like, This
Oh.
car's great!
Let's go on a joyride.
How? Whoa.
See, I think what I love about like back in our earlier days was that
Wait.
that we just loaded up any map and just
Oh my god.
prayed for the best, really.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god, that's one of the weeping angels.
And I think
No,
that's what I kind of miss now is that you can't just be like, oh, you know what? All of a sudden, let's just go here because it's not plot relevant. It's not, yeah.
The issue you've got is you're just limited to the workshop, so it's
Yeah.
there's not many options.
He's dead.
Matt, keep your eyes on that thing.
Oh my god, he killed
That's a bit
him.
dark.
Sorry.
What was his
Mm.
name?
Yeah, I don't know why I did this.
If it's a combine officer, I think he might have been part of the
Get
map
out of here.
already.
Keep your eyes on the angel.
No, we put that on there.
Oh, did you?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I don't know why, but we did.
Right. Just keep your eyes on them, alright, guys, and try not to. turn
Yeah,
your
keep
back.
your eyes on them. I definitely didn't just turn my back.
Oh, God.
Just did it again.
That's fine. There was people behind you watching, right?
We're gonna have to get out of there.
I
You say
found the
what?
map, by the way. It's GM Coast.
Oh, okay.
Right, okay.
We need a plan. We need to get rid of these weeping angels.
I was like, I'll have that one.
Well,
Add it to
okay,
my library.
well, okay, here's
Do
one,
what you
yeah?
can.
Oh,
You know
I'll have a bit of
they
that.
don't move when they look at you.
I love
Or
that comment in
when
the
they
stream. The Sonic can do anything as long as you write it into the script.
Yeah.
They can't move
Yeah.
if they're looking.
They can even draw pictures
Surely
now.
if we kind of lure
David
them
Tennant.
Mm.
each other, then
Oh, that would have saved so much time with my
they'll look
with
at
my little
each
bit
other.
coming up when he has to
Yeah,
write
you
on
can't move like
walls.
a man.
Yeah.
Just get the sonic screwdriver.
No. I mean, I am.
This is my favourite bit.
What's out there?
Is this when he walks out the doors?
No, don't open the doors. Don't open the doors.
Gentlemen, those.
I just think who's silly enough to do that.
Don't open the doors. Opens the doors.
So what was the explosion point for though? That's the bit I never got.
It was the other
He goes
dimension.
to yeah, he goes to the
Right,
other
okay.
dimension.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's called foreshadowing.
Oh yes, because doesn't he
Oh,
go
yeah, wasn't it
into the
Minecraft?
Minecraft one?
He
Yeah,
goes to
yeah, yeah.
Minecraft, yeah.
Come on,
He goes to Minecraft where we meet the villain that's in episode 1
witch.
of series 3, the witch.
Unless you count
what's your
the
best?
unless you count the All Hopes Lost.
I don't know. They're all yeah, they exist.
Fair.
I think the like quality got better
Hmm.
somewhat, but
Hmm.
obviously there's the massive continuity error of at the end of series 1 I become Scottish, and then at the start of series 2 I'm
Oh
same
yeah,
player
yeah.
model I was.
I was going to ask you about that. Like, why didn't it change?
So doing a Scottish accent, 1 I was awful, and 2 it hurt my throat too much, and
Oh, right, got you.
then all the other player models weren't very good. So in the end I was like, it's been like 10 years. I'm just going to treat this as like a soft reboot.
I think that is the thing though. I was having a discussion earlier about on how like no matter what, like when I compare like each episode to each other, everyone's got like you've learned something new from each one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you've gone, oh, this shot would have been better, or this and that. And I think just every time you do something, the next time you do it, I think it will be better.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
Like,
self-improvement.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, like what I was saying to you earlier, like looking at the new stuff that's coming out soon, you look at that and like just cinematography alone, like if like that itself looks better, which really like kind of glues everything together much better as well. So when I look back on like like episode 1 and like I just had a random long shot somewhere and I'm like, okay, when they're having this intimate conversation
Yeah.
and then like
yeah.
the shot's like here and they're like over there and it just makes no sense. So yeah, it's just
Yeah,
I think it's just a course of you learn and you kind of apply that.
With mine, it's the same. Like I look back on episode 1, it's like, oh, I could make it so much like quicker, the pacing, I think I'd still have
I
missing
look back on mine
textures.
and I think,
Yeah.
I look back on mine and think, mine could have actually had plot. That's that's great. There's so many plot holes with it.
Lungs. I've got no lungs. I don't like the size.
Of your lungs.
Who are you? Where are we? How did I get here?
Peter Capaldi
It's
core.
Peter Capaldi.
Well, I could be anyone.
Big Capaldi, can't you tell?
Oh.
I got him in Gmod Doctor Who.
Oh really? Damn! How did you call that one?
Use AI. AI Peter Capaldi.
What story are we proudest of?
Proudest of. I mean, for me, I think probably episode 6, the most recent one, because I think I'd found out about the animating and animating the player models and stuff. So
Ooh, that's a very different. I think my favourite episode is probably episode 3 of series 2.
That's the Sandman run, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of the story.
mm.
It's
Yeah.
like my favourite one that I've written.
See, I like the ones I haven't got out yet, but probably my latest one, just because obviously that's it's the only one that actually makes somewhat sense.
Mm-hmm.
But even that still has plot holes. But I'm hoping the one that comes out tomorrow, that will once that's out, that'll be my most favourite.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm looking forward to it. Someone else asked a question. They said, "What is something you guys realised you should have been doing from the start of creating a Doctor Who series?"
Animating.
Yeah, well, yeah. I would have loved to be able to animate. We found that out quite closely together. 'Cause I remember we were talking about that. But
Did you guys use the player model, like not player model, like the NPC animating tools, or did you actually animate individual like?
Oh, was that
characters?
the actors thing you sent me?
Yeah, that's what I used.
I had a look at it. Yeah, I had a look at it, and I couldn't understand how to use it.
It took
no,
ages to
yeah,
figure
so
it out.
I used it a bit. That there is a bit in the new episode at the very one of the beginning scenes that there is actually actors that I use actors for them to walk. Just so I didn't have to have loads of people on thing, because unfortunately most of it is just a one-man band, and whenever I get Will in to help out, then that's always a great help. But no, we use like our stop motion thing, so we can like edit each limb and move them and stuff. So
Didn't know
yes,
that was a
always.
thing. Got you,
Yeah,
man.
but I think I would have loved to have been able to do that at the beginning. But I think if we're talking about like first series, actually having a script, because I had a rough idea, but again, it was all improv, so very similar to you, James. But it was like, I kind of want to do this, but so I used to write out key plot points, and then everything else in the middle was just improv leading up to that.
I think as well, like having your main arcs, like from the beginning of your series to the end, already planned out, because the last thing you want to do is have like a good series and then just a random finale, and it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So like with mine, I knew from the beginning that I wanted to do spoilers. I wanted to do a story with the Master. I'd been thinking about that for years. I knew I wanted to do that. So I was like, okay, episode 2, I'll give a little tease for it. And I knew
the same for
then,
me.
like,
Yeah.
then it's sort of like gives you time to work out, obviously, everything else, while as long as you know, sort of have a rough idea of what you want to do.
Did we all basically have like the Master for our season finale for series 2?
Yeah. Well, I think it's just the easiest kind of villain to do, because you just use a normal player model. That's why.
Yeah, well, I mean, mine wasn't like the Master. Mine was like evil accomplice with the cape. Ooh, but like it was basically like my version of the Master within the cape verse thingamabob.
Yeah, mine was more. I mean, I wanted mine to be basically a soldier. I didn't want him to be anything to do with. And the Master, I hated. Like, he hated the Doctor, but I wanted him to have an actual reason.
Like
why
whingy baby. Yeah.
But just, I'm jealous of you. Like.
Now, I've always like thought about bringing like the actual Master into mime, but then I thought, does that really work? Because I feel like the Master is obviously more at rival with the Doctor. Because obviously, with mine, the Doctor still exists in my series. It's just we don't take it from the Doctor's point of view. So obviously, there's a whole reason for that. So obviously, the Cape's going to have his own enemies and his own childhood rivalries and all that stuff. So if I do something like that, obviously it can't be like the Master, because then you might as well just have the actual one instead of making a fake one. So
yeah. Well, that's the thing really, because when I'm doing my series, it's quite difficult trying to come up with villains and stuff, because there's nothing on the workshop. Like I think there's Sontarans. I think you're using Cape, and Other than that, it's like Daleks and Cybermen. That's it.
There's some Tyrants now.
It's been on there for a while.
Yeah.
There was a Slovene, but it was very poor quality.
Yeah.
Back in the day, so.
But yeah, the Sontaran play models are a bit. They're not questionable. They're just a bit weird.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have liked better, but again, the unfortunate thing with Gmod, you work with what you've got. If you can find a substitute,
That's the thing.
great. Yeah, like there's things that obviously me and you have seen, Will, that we've gone, oh, this would be great for that, and obviously, yeah. But I remember watching this and thinking, wow.
I still think
back then, yeah. I think a lot of stuff that you did, Will, kind of influenced what I've done. And you, James, to be honest. I mean, obviously, I watched you first. There aren't many people doing this when you think about it. Like, and if they're doing it well. There's people out there who will do obviously the first person stuff. I remember I used to watch like ambient studios do it, and that was all first person. And I remember speaking with him, and that's how I kind of got into it, really. But yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's a good opening shot.
Yeah. I wish I could have used my own titles for this. Because back then I was like, oh, I'll just quickly use the Tenant one.
Yeah, you keep talking about wanting to remake it.
I want to. At some point, I want to remake this because I can do it so much better.
When you remake, are you actually going to go full on back, refilm the whole thing?
I don't know. I might do.
Or just like edit it down. Do you still have the original footage for it, or?
I do still have the original footage, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I need to start doing. Cause I used to delete it because I didn't have. Yeah.
Speaking.
Someone picked this up. They reacted to this.
Oh, I don't know what you're going to bring in.
Wait, watch this. Right. So he just said, right, he's a mile down the road. The TARDIS is a mile down the road. Right, watch this. It's literally just there.
Just those little pixels, yeah.
Yeah, and then it cuts to like them driving miles. So this, like, even there, just missing textures, you know.
I think that's one thing I'm thankful for now, that like missing textures just don't seem to be an issue anymore.
The worst thing is when you find like a really banging map.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the stuff you used to fix it with like the CS:GO, like do you remember having to like download like the whole like model pack thing? You have to go to this website and download like all yeah. And a lot of that used to fix it.
I don't know where I got it now. It contained all the files for CS:GO.
Yeah.
Was it Counter-Strike Source? It was.
Yeah. You had Team Fortress 2.
Half-Life Episode 1 and 2 as well.
Yeah.
But that contained all the textures, so all the maps.
Oh, and Portal.
Yeah.
Portal.
Yeah. I'll have to see if I can find that, because 10 Mintus later as well.
10 Mintus.
That must be insane.
Jump cut. I couldn't animate her getting out the car.
Hello.
Oh, nice lamp.
Shadow on the TARDIS.
That's a really bright sun, man.
Watch this. Can't even get through the door.
But this was the thing though, because this is when we used to do cameras, and that was like your point of view. If you look at the top, you can see the TARDIS interior dome. Yeah. But that was the thing. Whenever you had the doors open, you'd see that. We obviously earlier days you had to do. Obviously now I use my second account, so I can easily maneuver. But like I didn't have that then, so you had to do the camera, and then you had to look through that, and then you had to like work out where you were, and sometimes if you had to stop, do something, and then move again, you didn't know where you were looking either.
Yeah.
So you ended up drifting off.
Well, after I saw James's series doing it first person, I said, well, I think I'm going to use that kind of sparingly, because it was for kind of point of view shots. So really, it was like I wanted to use the cameras as much as possible. Because I don't think anyone had done that before, really. So
did you light that up with just like lights and then put them like under the console?
Yeah. So what I had a light like just buried in the top bit here, just above, and it lit everything else, but I think it just left the
Yeah, I used to put them under the actual console, under the flooring. Sometimes you'd see it, but if you,
I think
noticed
now
if you put it under it, it kind of lit the whole room.
Yeah, I think now they do have an option to change it to red.
Yeah. There's a thing where you can change it to red, or if you just damage the TARDIS enough.
This was early days. I think the TARDIS rewrite had just come out.
No, I think it was out for a little bit, because this was the newer TARDIS, there was a
Mm.
really old version of it. I think they've now uploaded that.
Oh, is that
You can
the
see the
legacy
old 2000
version?
Yeah, so that you know that really old 2005 one,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was like really low res, everything like that. Yeah, that's what it used to be.
Right.
And I remember watching people like Venturian Tale and stuff like that
Yeah.
who
Oh
use
no,
that
we
one.
don't mention them.
Yeah. That was my childhood, that, yeah. Because
It
a lot of
was-
people go like, oh yeah, I used to watch Vanos Gaming. It's like, well, no, I didn't really watch it. I watched...
No, oh yeah, I watched
I watched
Venturian
Venturian
Tale.
Tale.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They
It's a
appealed
shame
to
what
me.
happened to them, because they were really good.
Yeah,
Commented on one of my videos, actually.
yeah. They were. Oh really?
Yeah, I did a... It was... I think he did something similar to it. It was like Quaos something. It was like a series he did about this
Right.
underground city. Yeah, and I did some music like based on his soundtrack, and he said, "Oh, it's really good, that." Yeah.
Oh okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he definitely appealed to like the nerdy geeky
Oh yeah.
nature of us, and I think that's what hooked us.
We've got another question.
Oh,
Or another two, I should say. I'm assuming you guys started your series when you were young for fun. Why do you continue to? Why do you continue it to this day? It's just a hobby.
yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy editing. I mean, the filming bit I absolutely hate.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I really hate filming. Like even IRL on a set, don't want to be there. I'm just thinking, I could be sat at a desk right now. I could be
Yeah.
making something. But yeah, I mean, you got to get your footage. So unfortunately, but I enjoy doing that more.
Yeah.
Because at least it's something I'm making. It's my own thing.
I quite like the voice acting aspect to it. You know,
mm.
doing all the Dalek voices.
Definitely.
That's quite good. You know.
Yeah, I love doing Dalek voices. Oh
And Cybermen
god.
as well.
Yeah, they're fun. Voices, I've always loved voices. I mean, it was a way of acting without actually having to be on screen.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You've
and
got the
you could do
lines
so
there.
much with it.
Yeah, so you can read
Yeah,
off.
and I don't have to stress going. Oh, I need to remember my lines. I honestly, even to this day, even though I've written it, I just pull my phone up and go, right, okay, and just start
Yeah.
talking. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's so much more convenient.
I've got a vocal booth in my conservatory, so it's all like
Ooh, yours-
proper dry voices. Yeah, so we've got another question from Bad Wolf. What got you guys originally into Doctor Who?
Ooh, I was
Oh,
3.
remember.
I think I was 3 as well.
We were having this discussion, weren't we?
We
We
were
were
the other
talking
day.
about we were talking about because they recently put out the Russell T Davies like interview thing, like Imagine or whatever it's called, and I was like, oh, this is really weird. Everyone I seem to know has watched Doctor Who when they were 3, and like near the end of someone's era, like I watched I think it was Stolen Earth, and that was my first episode.
I think
But
mine
yeah,
was Parting
no.
of the Ways, because I briefly remember Eccleston regenerating, because my dad used to
Yeah.
watch it a lot.
I think it was Eccleston that I started on.
Yeah.
But no, it was just really weird because even when I was watching that interview, like Russell was talking about how his first one was like William Hartnell's last episode, David Tennant's last one. The first one was
John Pertwee's last one.
John Pertwee's last one. Like, I just thought it was really like weird. What about you,
Yeah,
James? When what was like your first? And,
I honestly can't remember.
No? Do you at least know the age?
10? Probably
10,
No,
okay.
earlier than 10. Probably 6, 7.
Okay,
Alright.
okay.
Yeah, I think it was about Eccleston and then David Tennant, and then it was about then that Matt Smith came along and I started to sort of dip in and out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Capaldi came along and I was dipping in and out.
Yeah.
And then
I-
Jodie came along and I was
Out.
Yeah.
No.
I actually watched every episode of it.
Yeah, I think Series 6 I started to dip out. I think.
I don't think I ever really did dip out. I was the faithful. It was just kind of my little like world really.
I remember
just,
watching the
like,
Series 7 opener. There was the Asylum of the Daleks, because I remember sitting and watching it like when it first came on, and that Dalek building. Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that,
That was such a weird, like, when they had like the humans with the
The
Daleks.
eye,
yeah.
So weird.
I think they kind of ran out of ideas.
They literally, what it is they had all these Daleks in storage, and they're like, we can't use them, guys.
What can we do with them? Oh, let's put them all together.
I think there's another question.
We got another one.
What do you think makes a good series of Gmod Doctor Who?
A good series are good stories.
Definitely, I think that is the key. Good story. I mean, so much can be bypassed as long as you have a good story. You know,
Yeah.
if say your visuals are rubbish, say your shots are rubbish, all of this, everything else, sound, whatever. But as long as the story itself is good, you know, I think that's kind of like the heart of it all, really. I mean, that's the whole point that you're watching it, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's all about the planning as well, because we were talking about how we plan different stories. Because you seem to do it in your head.
I just think of something and it just spawns pretty much. I'll just go, oh, okay, I want to do this, and then I'll sit at my desk for like a week or two writing that out, and boom. For me, there's very little planning, and then everything all just kind of slowly ties in together. I think once I've written something, I'll go, ooh, I could use this bit over here, and then this bit over there, and then this all ties into one big thing. The only time I think I plan is like the main season arc.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if the big bad or the big uh-oh is going to happen, how do I drop little subtle hints and little bits and like little nuggets of breadcrumbs coming across to that without being too obvious?
If you've got a crap story, it will not work.
No.
Which
it just really doesn't cement.
Because the way I do it is I have to write everything out. Like,
yeah,
I did in my little documentary. I literally planning out the story of beginning, middle, end, and then write the script based on that step outline. But it varies between different writers. It's just how your brain works. That's it. Because my memory is shocking. So you know.
About bi-generation, what do I think of bi-generation? It's all right. It took me 2 watches to get my head around it, but I like the idea.
I don't mind. I mean, for me, I don't mind it being like just this Doctor solely, but having it with like all the past Doctors.
When Russell was, oh yeah, in my head canon, it's actually done to all the other Doctors. I'm like,
nah, it doesn't.
No,
really like someone said something like Hartnell, he died of old age, so if he bi-generated, he'd still be existing. He'd still die.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make sense as a concept. It doesn't bother me, but not as much as the Timeless Child. But yeah, you know.
It's the kind of thing where I'm like, they just don't need to mention it again. Like in my head canon, I just think, okay, David Tennant eventually becomes Stu Gallagher.
Yeah. We're just talking about bi-generation. What's your opinion on it?
I didn't hate it. Like obviously every Doctor. I mean, if you listen to what Russell said, obviously now every Doctor is apparently bi-generated.
He said that's his
in
his head. That's not actually canonically.
Okay, then that's fine. I don't see that happening. But then he was like, oh, I could use that as like a way of saying if I bring back an old Doctor, it's from a different timeline. Like I didn't know what to think. I didn't know whether I was happy, whether I was sad, annoyed, anything like that. So it kind of took me a day, and after another rewatch, I was like, you know what, I can accept this.
Yeah,
and,
I think
kind of moved on.
Looking back, it is definitely a case of like they just want to keep David Tennant around. He's like there if it goes tits up.
Well, well that's my big worry. It's like you're still kind of having shooting under another light. You know.
Yeah.
Tennant still exists.
Yeah. But at the same time, if they genuinely don't go back to it, it's a nice ending for him.
Yeah.
Because I think the thing is it was a bit like, oh, we're gonna have to watch him regenerate again. That's gonna be annoying.
Yeah, but then the question is, then Tennant's still roaming around when they come back on Earth, or if they go back to Unit. I'm pretty sure they go back to Unit, right? Because there's that in that little snippet you see Rose in Unit. So
yeah,
does that mean Tennant's just like kind of like sat there somewhere, just like, yes. Oh, you guys do that. I'm scientific advisor again, but you go do that, and I'll just chill. Like
what will never make sense is the new Sonic screwdriver.
No.
Or the Sonic TV remote.
The Sonic TV remote. What?
There's actually a planet in Star Wars called Corellia, and I called this Corellia, but it's different spelling. And I remember it came out, and then I suddenly went, "Oh yeah, God, yeah, Star Wars." What's this masterpiece? I miss. I had to go right up to it. Oh, it clipped.
Oh.
Fun fact about this shot. Right, I had a crate, invisible, attached to the back of the truck. So the camera tracked the crate. So if you watch,
okay.
I'm having to inch forward in the vehicle just to get it to sync up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why it shudders because of how the vehical kind of
Yeah,
bounces.
because I was like going.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I thought you were just pressing a little button every time.
Planet.
I mean, the funny thing about this is like, back when I did the first one, I was literally nodding all the time. It wasn't just when I was talking.
No.
Because I'd record the footage first, and then put the voices over the top. So it was just like, well, you know.
Yeah, if I'm constantly nodding, I can't mess it up.
Yeah. But then I think by episode 2, I was like, well, I'm gonna nod for every syllable.
Yeah, well, my issue is obviously I film it, and then I do voice lines. So I know I'll still say it as I like nod. But if I want to change how I deliver a line last minute or something like that, then I'm like, oh, okay, it doesn't quite fit, and I just kind of hope people don't notice it too much.
No. What did you do that?
That was
Even those effects, though.
Well, that was done in game. That was the sci-fi gun effect.
Oh, and then just how? Oh, right,
It took a couple
okay,
of
and then you
tries.
just shot someone.
Yeah. Sometimes it worked, and then other times it didn't because it was a ragdoll. It's like quite weird, but yeah. It's a good point that Steel Barber, yeah, about the music, because I was originally gonna start writing my own music for it, like a proper soundtrack. But the issue you've got is it just takes a lot of time to compose like a proper sound. Because if you think about it, I was doing a whole team's amount of work because I'm writing it, directing it, filming it, editing it, you know, putting it all together, doing the and I'd have to do the music as well if that were the case. So
yeah, that's where I saw some other people.
But it's then you've got the issue of like, does the person doing the music kind of know your vision, that sort of stuff? You need to try and get it right. So you'd have to trust them quite well, you know. Like I did for episode 5 and 6, I did my own title theme. Like I could do that, but then having to write the soundtrack for everything, and it would have.
What do you do it in?
Well, the music.
Yeah.
Use a software called the FL Studio. It's like a music.
They do Dalek voices as well, don't you?
It's a music. No, I use Audition for the voiceovers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember you showed me FL Studio for doing Dalek stuff before.
Yeah, I did use that at first. Like I think for this one I did. Yeah. But it was the thing with FL Studio. It's more for music production rather than voices.
Sound, voices. Yeah.
So really, it doesn't work as well. Like with Audition, you can apply the effect and then turn it on and off and get it like a dry voice underneath as well.
Into a Death Star.
The Doctor knows Star Wars, and how did you know about Corellia?
That's true. That's true. I did mention that before.
I know this planet.
It's not
this
intentional. It's not intentional. It was subconscious.
How'd you do that then? Did you just overlay 2 videos and just?
Yeah. So what I did was it's pretty simple. You just have the standard Dalek shot, and then you have like another material applied to it, and then just dissolve them together. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then the snow is just an overlay on the top.
Yeah, I thought it might have been.
Yeah.
That's cool.
My greatest acting.
I think I used this map as well.
It's I can't remember what it was called.
Yes, because those stairways, I had some like officers chasing the Cape and then Gary, and then I run off and then we hid under the stairs and they walk past.
Is it Alpine something?
Yes, because you had the Black Mesa building up top.
It's a big bunker map.
Yeah, but then you also had like the top facility at the top.
Yeah.
Because I used that whole map for that whole episode.
Piece of heavy debris fell on my
leg.
And
My leg!
It crushed it.
I've lost my legs.
What happened to the others?
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yes, the girl.
This is just me talking to myself.
Was evacuated with the commander.
Oh, we do it all the time.
That's what you got to do when you're working by yourself.
Staircase on the left. Over there.
Talk to yourself in a booth, and there you go.
Take you there directly.
The opening scene.
Isn't this pressing need to save the world? That one.
Yeah.
This track is also used in my series.
I think this music's actually blocked in a certain country. So apologies if you're in that country, but we'll probably get copyright strike for this.
I don't think I ever did use Doctor Who music.
Yeah, it was like Transformers and some. I think Harry Potter at one point, wasn't it? Like Lily's theme.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I used a lot of Transformers and Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I went through a phase.
The
It was near Christmas when they're showing all the Potter films all over again on Sky.
I had a thing whereby like I'd only use kind of Tennant and a little bit of Matt Smith's up to like series 7. I never went beyond that, like Capaldi or anything, because at that time that was like the latest series, so I always just stayed a bit away from that, you know, just in case. Yeah, I would have liked to make my own, but it just would have taken too much time.
Just in case the BBC come after you.
Yeah, that was my main concern. I mean, it still is at this minute, you know. Oh, that was bad. That was bad.
Yeah, but for me back then, I was like, "Oh, this is really good."
Missing texture.
Not today, I'm not. Cheerio.
That's green screen.
That's cool. I would never have noticed that if you hadn't told me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, watch.
Not today, I'm not.
What, the
Cheerio.
Dalek?
No, that whole thing, that is green screen.
Oh.
Because I think behind that there was like a lift,
Oh.
so I had to green screen all that just to get the stairs. Yeah.
Did not notice that.
It's the same map that I think that you used, James.
Oh, in All Hope Lost.
Yeah.
You're on the Dalek ship.
I can't remember whether it was I did it intentionally just for your
Alright, Millie, I think this is a
series,
shield
like as a little Easter egg, or
I'll handle the Daleks.
That's an
so that we can
NPC.
access the console.
This is so overused.
I can't
Should
get
have got
that
you to do the music for me. I needed a reason for the Dalek not to exterminate Millie, so I came up with the idea. It was like, well, maybe the shield generator, it's easily set off by things. So I just had like, oh, it's detected that it's in the room, so it's just deactivated weapons.
I didn't notice that. I just thought she was very good at reasoning.
Do you guys like Segun Akinola's score? Did you ever implement them?
I did. I liked it.
I thought they were a bit too like ambience for mine.
I used it for ambience, and I used the Masters thing quite a lot.
Oh, that one. Yeah, the Spyfall.
Oh, right, yeah.
That music track reminded me of the First Order theme. It was like dun 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 dun. It's the same. It's the same thing.
Silly, I know.
I love this dematerialization because it didn't actually dematerialize, because I couldn't actually access the TARDIS on this map. For some reason, it was too small, so I couldn't actually do it properly. So I just faded it. If you watch, like the light doesn't even go, but you can't tell because it's shaking.
I wouldn't have noticed. I mean, it gets better because of where you've overlaid clips.
The fire helps as well.
That was before you used placeable effects, right? That was just literally V-Fire, right?
That was V-Fire, yeah. So was that.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah.
I saw a bit of a texture in that little explosion.
Yeah. I don't know what caused that, to be honest.
Without any orders, they're nothing but moving chunks of metal.
I wasn't really sure about that.
So they
line.
just kill themselves.
I know, yeah. It's like, surely they'd just revert to their primary objective of just exterminating everything.
And
then you guys
becoming bigger.
Sin resolution, the Daleks can become more powerful with UV light.
Was that a Chibnall one?
Yeah.
I might have missed that one. I'm not sure.
Oh, lucky you.
It's the one where they like turn like humans into Daleks, basically.
Oh, was that?
and then
Yeah, was that the one with the?
Were they like? We're like
the two
like
factions.
the old, yeah.
Yeah, like barbarians. Like
Yeah.
Position when I met you on the way home.
Oh. There's so much of that in this.
Millie, that not.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Good one, man.
I will stare at the console for 5 minutes.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
You can see my friend up there in the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Dematerializing it for me.
Yay! Woo!
It's an alright episode. It's not the best. Like, you know, I think that's the worst. But it's funny.
I'd be interested how if you remaster it, what you do with it.
Yeah. I'd make it. I'd
Like
fix
how
the
different
pacing.
it would be.
I'd fix the
Yeah.
pacing definitely.
I'd be interested how different it would be.
What I would do, I'd add a bit more context, like linking in episode 4. So I'd show a bit more of like Millie running out of the conference center and getting into a car, and then I'd probably use clips from episode 4 into that, where the Doctor runs out in front of a car.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, I'd just fix the pacing. I'll maybe add my titles on as well, but yeah.
What changes, if any, did you guys make to Doctor Who canon for your series?
I retcon the Timeless Child.
Yeah, forget about the Timeless Child.
Mine doesn't. Yeah, mine doesn't really follow the path of the Doctor. So the only like kind of canon there is like just like the basic lore. I remember this one so much.
This came out, I think, a couple of days before mine.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
Were you screaming? You were like, no!
But
he's back!
I was a bit confused because I remember watching a video on your channel, James, that you're saying like, oh, why I've stopped making Gmod Doctor Who. And then so I said, okay, right, so I'll make mine then. And then as soon as I had the trailer out, it was like, oh yeah, Sui Sue. So I didn't know whether I'd done something or whether it was just a coincidence.
It was just a coincidence, honestly.
Yeah.
I love this opening. I'm very happy with.
Yeah, I pinched this scene for my episode 6. It was when like
where it, like it's on black and then it fades in with music.
Yeah. Because it was quite good. It was quite good.
Where are we going?
So this is the episode I did with Playermodel. Episode 1 and 2 I did with Playermodel. Episode 3, 4, 5, and 6 I did with the actors mod.
Oh, so everything was done by actors, not even you didn't even walk nothing. It was just all done by.
Oh no, I did like some bits,
right?
But with another account, but.
What? So this one was done with Harry, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My intro was quite long for this, but I also liked it.
It was like very Jodie Whittaker-esque, I thought. Is there a reason why it's black and white?
I just wanted it to be like the classic stuff.
Right, got you.
And I thought like less is more. Like I just found a basic vortex. And...
Yeah. This is more sort of stuff I was aiming for, kind of like using it sparingly.
Yeah.
Like POV shots and stuff.
Yeah, I use it a lot in this episode. But that's because it was the first time I was still getting to grips with everything else.
Yeah.
See those eyes there, where like it looks at the camera.
Yeah, they follow you. It really annoys me.
That was my issue. That's when
I found a fix for that.
Yeah, it wasn't until you found the fix. I was like, oh my god, this is so much more easier.
Yeah.
What fix?
So there's a command you can do. There's a command you can do, and it's R/. Sorry, R underscore. I move and then set it to 0, and it basically means that the eyes are locked forward.
He's not happy. She's here.
What?
Wasn't there like a slave in the mind?
Master. Yeah, we don't no we don't talk about that. That was a very culturally bad decisions I made at a very young age.
I think that's what's quite fun when we're younger. We just write whatever.
Yeah.
They think the implications of that.
Yeah. Gotta be honest. I mean, that was in 2014, wasn't it? So you know, different times back then.
It's very cold down there.
I think that's Scarecrow, isn't it? Or something.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. The thing is, I have no connection to Scarecrow, so I just use whatever looked cool.
Well, I think my gold Dalek in episode 5 was like one of the lantern Daleks.
Where's Harry? But I'm merely a puzzle doctor.
I am a Rubik's Cube Doctor.
I am a 1,000-piece puzzle from John Lewis.
Where did you get the mattress from?
eBay.
eBay. Where do you want it delivered to? A cave in the middle of nowhere.
I realised I never established how I got the TARDIS back.
Oh.
It's the doctor.
Oh, like, it's like it's regenerated, you mean? I just assumed it was like, oh, he went back and found it, and it was.
Yeah.
I remember watching this and going, "Oh God, are we all gonna have the same TARDIS?" Yeah.
Because I remember seeing it, I'm like, oh, is it gonna be a Tennant one? And then I said, oh yeah, it's the Hellbent. I don't know why I used the Tennant one. It was just, I like the design.
Neither do I really.
Yeah.
I love this TARDIS.
Clom.
Your mum's.
Clom.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, that's Paradise. second episode.
That's the next one. Yeah,
remember
that's
that,
on
yeah.
the Brazil. Yeah, was it like the really the over intelligent AI?
That was that was the Harry
Yeah.
Soul one, not the Doctor.
Mm. So why did you have a different vortex if your intro was the black and white one? In fact, and a different box.
Probably the only one with a TARDIS.
Yeah, it's the only one.
Okay, fair.
This took ages to do.
I love this. It's so cool.
Such a good shot.
So the actual the map was shipped. It was a CS:GO thing, and I
Yeah.
had a custom skybox.
How did you do this shot then?
I think it was just a mixture of like it was me flying past the ship, and then I just it could have been with the smooth cam actually, and then I did like some effects in Vegas and like rotated it, so it made it look like it was bobbing. The rain was all in post as well.
Lose it over the side again. So
It's Harry!
have it with the next ship it meets.
Oh yeah,
Sir,
that's the only issue with
that's why it
Gmod. It's
took
like
so long
all
to
the
free
player
the
models are
propeller.
the same.
Did they give us?
I think James does like the first line afterwards.
Oh no. Good morning, Miss Anderson.
Yeah.
Good morning.
I had to make a PowerPoint for this as well.
It was my belief.
Yeah, I always wondered, did she not even clock that there's just that's the same box she sees later?
Well, I always say that it's like, well, you know how the perception filter works.
Oh, right, okay.
Like she doesn't notice it at first, and then once she realizes and meets the Doctor, it's like, ah, I've got it. I'll show you the trick in a minute.
There doesn't appear to be anyone here.
See. So what I did was
yeah.
I reversed the footage. So he was walking backwards, and I just deleted it as he went past. And then just.
Oh, see, I just thought, because you were talking about that background being there was a background that was green screen, and I just thought, oh, maybe that was just
There doesn't appear to be anyone
a green screen clip.
No. So that was in reverse. So that was I just deleted it.
here.
See. So if you watch it back in reverse, you'll see the trick.
See, it just looks so perfect.
I know
I thought, like,
it took
maybe
a
you
couple
just-
of takes to do, you know.
TARDIS on the news.
So that was you did that for me, James, and then I think at the same time, I did this for you. I think I haven't seen this for a while, so
It's the second time you've done
that's
that
my
today.
Doctor.
Area 23B clear.
There you go.
No hostiles in the area.
I didn't have the gain up on that quite.
I've got eyes on the package.
Emergency.
Emergency.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
I would have done the screen for you if you'd asked. So was that using the actors mod then? Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Even with the eye look.
Yeah. Because it's all preset animations.
Oh, okay.
Oh
So you
yeah,
just
yeah.
set them.
Yeah.
Please, Doctor, come back.
What I like about that intro is it replays obviously in the last episode, but with the added context of who the Doctor can hear behind, like, the microphone. Oh, right.
Yeah.
You see Harry's car in the background?
Consistency.
That's the one thing I really wanted to do with this series. I really wanted to make the TARDIS a character,
on the way. We need to move.
Yeah.
which is why it has so many little, like,
Little wet moments, yeah.
yeah, like, bruh, what are you saying?
The Guardians are an ancient race.
Do you know what I did that in? I did that in Minimator.
Yes.
You know Minimator?
I think so. Rings a bell.
The Minecraft animation stuff where I downloaded someone made some really high resolution TARDIS add-on models, so I just used them, put a space background in, and then animated them. I love this. This is my favourite sequence, I think, in the episode.
Where?
Oh, it's the commander and
Copy the Doctor. Lock on and open fire.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Doctor, is
Billy.
it just me or is that aiming at us?
No.
Dramatic zoom in.
So that was also done in Minimator.
You were saying?
Not the lasers. The
Just trying
lasers
to
was
stay
done in post,
positive.
but the spaceship was basically just a PNG that was stretched.
We've detected a TARDIS, sir.
I
Raining
didn't realise
fire.
at first that was the master. I was like, who's this guy? I thought he was like the bodyguard.
Ah.
And now, young Skywalker, you will die.
I'll
thought I was done. The Daleks.
He's just got Palpatine on tap. Can you just pop over and just electrocute this guy, please? While you know, just careful not to get in shot though.
Palpatine's just out of frame.
I didn't just lose my brother. I lost
this in the Doctor's possessions.
Sonic screwdriver.
So
what do you
the
got?
Sonic. Wait, I've got the wrong one.
Oh no.
Oh, you've got McGann's one in the show.
Please.
You like to lie.
You need to go quickly go on eBay then.
It's the same one. It's just
don't.
tip.
Yeah.
Don't.
I can paint the tip. This one.
Does the Master have a TARDIS in this, or is he in the same position as the Doctor?
Yeah, same position as the Doctor. Only replicas if you really want to.
I hate that fire glitch you get on some of the TARDISes.
Yeah.
But it's like from certain angles it works, but then from others it doesn't.
In the vessel.
Doctor,
This was a good
it's not
recap,
the
in fairness.
Exterminate.
You idiot!
You idiot!
Shut the console!
So this was inspired by your first episode, James. Oh god.
It's a TARDIS?
Of course it's a TARDIS. It's my
It's a
TARDIS.
great squabble. It's a lovely squabble.
Time being.
Protect us? How can you talk about protection after everything you've done? We wouldn't even be in this mess if it wasn't for you. Yes, I'm alright,
I'd love
don't
to
worry.
slap the Master's bald head.
Me too. I want to give it like a nice
The
little
alarm
rub.
bell again.
It reminded me of that Big Finish one.
I don't know
It's
who
Alex
Alec Baldwin
something.
is.
He's the guy that played Neil's dad in The Inbetweeners.
What?
Yeah, he plays a master for Big Finish. Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Oh my days. That is so funny.
Where's it coming from?
Portrayal.
Only Doctor.
What? Don't be
I
stupid. There
really
must be.
think you should be
There
doing
isn't.
Homework.
homework.
It's malfunctioning. I feel really dizzy all of a sudden.
Maybe he's got coronavirus.
Hey, it was around that time though.
How the hell did you... Ah, okay, I can kind of see it now.
That I'm sorry, but that is Wild Blue Yonder.
Oh my days, wait.
It's very, very similar.
What the...
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, they definitely stole your ideas.
We
Wait, played
have
the
more
Master?
Ultron energy in our bodies.
Hey?
Well, me?
Yeah.
I played the master, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
There's no readings at all.
Oh, Neil.
Without encountering Dalek patrols.
That's me, by the way. That's my pseudonym. It's my middle names. So I didn't have Fenner all the time.
I just think quite similar. In my credits, you've got Joe Owain.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
I had
remember any
to
of this.
do a higher voice for
You have to
this.
write
It was
my
quite
mind and take me back to my
Oh yeah, I
Interesting.
told you to do a high voice because you were like child. It was the-
No, because I was like, you could have asked me to film this like 2 years ago.
Untempered schism.
I had to
Gap
match that
fabric
shot
of
for
reality,
the image.
wielding the raw power.
Yeah, 'cause that's all in Gmod, yeah.
That's all in
Some were
Gmod, yeah.
inspired, Some ran away.
If I think I had to
But for
put
others-
candles like in the city to make it look like there were lights on.
Oh, really?
'Cause, yeah, I had
They
to.
overcome his condition and got better.
That's the cape.
Impressive. Take your position at
It
the
is.
eye of the vortex. Be
I wonder whether
afraid,
you did that on
but remember,
purpose.
do this only
It's a
while
little
the
Easter
energy
egg.
stream
Just
is
thrown in
cold.
there.
Your time is limited.
Saved his life, rather than ruining it.
So the thing behind that was, basically he gets aged by the machine and becomes William Hartnell. That's where it comes from.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's quite clever. How did you get the light to reflect on the metal when you activate the laser?
That one.
Yeah.
I think I just
in
had a.
post, or was that
I think I just had a lamp, and I
Alright,
literally
just
just
activated
shone
when
it
you need
onto the
yeah.
thing. Yeah. Just in time with the animation. Yeah.
In 5, 4, 3,
3,
2,
2, 1.
This is where I went
didn't
like
even say
full
one.
animation.
Oh, that was cool.
I just think it's crazy. I just think it's crazy you do that all green screen.
In motion.
Well, the actual explosion, I
What's
had
that noise?
a map with like a dark void, It was on one of the GM black maps. So I just put an explosion in the middle and just set it off. Yeah, and then the TARDIS was just very heavily. Do you know? I can't remember how I did that actually. I think I just flew past it, but then I just added some effects to it, like motion blur and stuff.
Hello?
Is that my animation?
I think I
Hello? Is
was
anyone
born,
in
yeah.
there? I can't open the door.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What's wrong with your hearing?
Your eyes looking at the camera though, as well.
Gas. Poisonous gas.
Yeah,
I
this
blew up the time
is
rotor as I
before
crashed.
the
Time what?
remove
Time rotor.
thing.
You really need to get your hearing.
That took a while.
Fine.
Well, you know, I like it.
That was good.
Did you make that? That's sick.
It's very similar to your Vortex, Jay, if it was black and white.
I think mine's a bit more flary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then because the text is shattered, they kind of slowly separate.
I would have had them separate like right off at the end. That's really good.
That was cool.
Yummy. Yummy scrummy.
What did you make the vortex in?
After Effects.
Oh.
What projects do we have to look forward to in the new year?
Oh, I cannot reveal.
I do have a short film in the works at the minute. It's uni based. But other than that, you have to wait and see.
Mine is obviously Cape Poo tomorrow, and then Series 3, and then there's a few little small bits and bobs that I've got planned that aren't necessarily Cape Poo related.
What's the casting process like?
It is awful.
Sporadic.
It is.
I found it all right.
No, see, 1 minute you have loads of people who want to do voice lines. The next minute, people just disappear off the face of the earth. You're like, oh, great. Not what I was looking for, really. So, no, this episode was a bit annoying. That's coming out tomorrow because when you tell people it's Gmod, they expect that they have to be in Gmod.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. I just need your voice. That's all I need. All the Gmod stuff, that's a me issue. You don't worry about that. I just need your voice. This is your character. Go. And yeah, I feel like that's a small turn off unless people don't know what you're doing.
What add-on from the workshop is your guys' favourites?
The TARDIS.
Well, without the TARDIS, there's going to be no series, is there?
Exactly.
I quite like the stop motion helper add-on.
Yes, yeah, that's quite useful.
I think that's really. You can do anything you want with that.
It really does open a lot of doors now.
Yeah.
And it is. I mean, answering your previous question, it is one of the things I wish we had when we first started, because it would have made life so much easier.
That's a very difficult question. Probably the actors mod.
Yeah.
I think it was a massive help.
Yeah.
Just because it meant I didn't need anyone else, but then I guess that goes hand in hand with the stop motion mod as well.
Yeah.
Depends if you have a bunch of friends that will help you, but the thing I found in my experience of working on the actual game with people just piss around and it takes too long. And every time.
That's the only issue with multiplayer. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even me and you will still kind of muck about every now and again whenever, and you know, we've done this, and we've been on the receiving end of people going, okay, guys, stop, we need to do this.
Yeah.
And even me and you still, like, you know, muck about whenever we're trying to sort stuff out.
Yeah.
It's just so easy to get sidetracked in Gmod.
Yeah.
Because you'll do something silly or something by accident, and you go, oh, this is funny, and then you try and like make that.
I remember we had a big fight on one of the maps for episode 3. We found like a little glitch under the road, so you know we could see out, but they couldn't see us. So yeah, it was quite fun, you know. But sometimes it's just knowing when you got to get your head down and get the filming done. Yeah.
The worst one about it was when you've set up a scene, and then people would start shooting, and you're like, oh,
they get blood everywhere on the map.
And blood, yeah.
That's the worst thing ever.
R_clear decals. That works, or decals, what do you say?
Decals, yeah.
Which question's for me? I can't see it.
There was one that said, is it difficult to act and write for a new Doctor? I feel like your first Doctor, you just act like yourself, and then find it difficult to change your acting habits for a new Doc.
I mean, to be honest, the first time I did it, in the first series, I was just being myself. There wasn't
really like it was me role playing like I'm the Doctor. Whereas in the second series, I tried to make it. It's difficult to find your own Doctor, put it that way. It's difficult to know how you want to convey them and stuff.
I think the only reason why we cast ourselves as the main Doctor is because we're like the most available.
We're the most reliable. You know, we're the only person we can rely on. So yeah. But no, yeah. I mean, I had to do obviously because the new Cape's there. I've done bits and bobs for him as well. So it is weird because the first one you are yourself then.
Yeah.
But then I think near the end you end up at the beginning it's you. But then near the end, before you regenerate, it's not you anymore. You've actually been playing yourself from when you were at that point.
Yeah.
So I noticed more on episode 10. That wasn't me then. That that Cape then was like super optimistic. Everything was happy and go lucky but like now I feel like this version is a lot more like me. So
yeah. I wanted to ask how you guys compensate for the lack of emotions and animations with the models, so that your characters convey what you need them to.
Good voice acting.
It's all through the voice acting.
Stop motion as well.
Stop motion.
Well, that's more of a thing, yeah. But yeah, definitely voice acting.
Yeah.
And good sound.
Yeah.
Good sound.
Yeah.
If you can't show it visually, show it audibly.
It's about making it convincing. There's a good example of that actually in mine episode 6, where the master he bashes the console, and I think it cuts to Millie like reacting because I couldn't animate it back then. So yeah,
there's a lot of stuff I had to do where it was a case of I'm gonna have to get a reaction shot and you sound it, but it's still effective. You're still like, oh Jesus, because it also then means you can play with the audience a bit more because then they're like
it leaves them to interpret it.
Yeah, rather than just seeing the action.
I feel like it leaves them more wondering what's actually just happened, like, because then you can fill in the gap. You can go, was it this like ferocious, or was it a bit more calm? Like then people have their own versions of how they see that.
Yeah.
It's a bit like a book.
Yeah.
Except you have audio.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. Being equated with the Gmod style, would you guys like a regular actor who can do several accents for voice work and live action?
I mean, both have their. I mean, if you're an actual actor, you know how to project yourself, right? Like, if you can kind of see yourself more doing the actual action, I think. Voice acting, obviously, you know how to like get your voice right and for the right situation, but either's good.
Yeah. I mean, it all depends on how they come across. If you're doing a Doctor Who series, regardless if they're an actor or a voice actor, if they audition and they're good, then that's all that matters.
For a first time going, I haven't streamed in about five years, so it's been alright.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely the prep work. Definitely.
Yeah. You subscribe to Just James and Keep Your Boy Productions.
See you later.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello everyone. So this is a few days later. We kind of ran out of time with the live stream, so we missed a few of Josh's Cape Who episodes. We've just come back to rewatch a couple of them.
This was this 4 years ago? Maybe 5?
June 22nd. Yeah.
5 years this year.
I think I was doing episode 2.
You were on your episode 2.
I was on episode 2.
I think. Yeah. So the first series, which we're not watching because it's god awful.
I can put it on now.
let's not. I want to say 11. My channel. I ended up restarting my channel, so it says 4 years on the channel, but it would have been older.
Do you like that effects?
The clouds were all made as well. It's not even like stock.
It's like After Effects as well.
Yeah. So all After Effects. You can also tell I haven't started my film studies course yet, because once I did that, I learned how shots actually work. This whole conversation happens from a wide.
Hello, is everything okay in there? What do you want? Oi, behave!
Haven't hit
Oof.
puberty yet.
Nothing.
No,
Just wanted to know if you're
no.
okay.
Right, we'll give you some permission to knock on my door.
I muck up lines all the time, and I'm a heart not at heart, obviously.
So it does.
My name is Gary.
Ah, nice name.
Gary from Gary's mod.
See, at the time I didn't clock it was the same as Gary's mod.
My name. Right, let's.
Oh, that was a name tag there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was the thing with the cameras that we were talking about, you know, you keep bumping into things. I literally full on go out of frame.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're on New Earth in 2098.
See, 2098 New Earth. It's just to me now, that makes no sense. I don't see us on New Earth in 2098.
Wasn't it like in the 100,000s?
Exactly.
Oh no, you don't.
So-
Come on, Gary.
But yeah,
Yeah,
the
you could
interesting,
tell-
the interesting thing about that though is like I'd always do a bit of research about that. Like if I was to reference something from the show, I'd always fact check it and make sure everything's accurate.
See, me then was just like, oh, there's that thing in the show. I'll spin off that.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I didn't really do much work into it. Whereas now it's all, you know, oh, if I'm going to reference this, I might as well look into it.
Yeah.
And really kind of get to grips with what I'm talking about. So the actual plot, which is not clearly explained, was that the monster that Gary sees at the beginning was a morphing creature and latched itself onto the TARDIS, which is why it disappeared.
Right.
And obviously, at the time, you don't clock that, and that's why the TARDIS is going all over the place and messing up, and obviously this whole conversation about controlling the TARDIS.
What, you're saying that's not established?
It wasn't clearly mentioned, but that was what the plot was in, like, if you read the script, that was what it was. It just wasn't clearly explained.
Fade.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, and then we had this whole like gag because Gary was a mechanic that he knew how to fix the TARDIS.
There you go. Just needed some...
Or at least little things around the TARDIS.
How did you? I've spent years trying to fix that, and you only 10 seconds.
How did you fix it?
How did you do this? Oh, the montages, the montage.
I think
Oh,
I had something similar in episode 3.
Yeah, I did a lot of these in the early series of series 2.
Yeah.
They're not awful. It just they could be better placed.
That should do it.
So in the script, it was the cape waxed the TARDIS, but I couldn't show that in Gmod at the time, so I had to close the doors.
Oh, right. Do it audibly.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, you know, using the Half-Life 2 zombies. It's all you could do because there's nothing
No,
in the
yeah.
workshop.
Oh yeah, this laser comes in
Where did that
because
come from?
the cape used the TARDIS lamp
Did when I saw them
to
on
do
that
it.
ship.
Again, none of this is conveyed in the whole
you're home.
episode, and only then I know that because I wrote it.
Do now then.
Like, you could have done an establishing shot of just like
Yeah,
the lamp.
exactly.
What about you?
I'm looking back now, I'd probably scrap the whole thing and just.
Come on, it'll be.
I wouldn't scrap it all, but, you know, because there's some good ideas, but it might be good to refine them.
Definitely.
You're forgetting it's a time machine. You're
I
brilliant.
guess, guys.
You just leap into the TARDIS. Let me watch that again. You just no-clipped into the TARDIS. This was 2020 now, so...
This is 2020.
Yeah.
So this is 3 years ago. So
3 years. So let's see
So,
what the difference in quality this is then.
none of it's first person, which
Right.
is good.
Right.
If you look carefully, there are angels dotted all over the place, like in every shot. I wonder whether you can see the one in this one.
Because I'm looking over, like, in the distance here, but then...
It's not there.
Is it
It's
over
not
here?
there. No. You're on the
that
complete wrong
one.
side.
Sorry, yeah, that
yeah. So in every shot, there is kind of like one lurking.
Those cheapskates.
He sounds like the Halo announcer. Slayer.
Slayer.
Those cheapskates. I think this would be really good to remake, you know. You can make it really creepy.
This way.
Just the dramatic zoom.
That's a graveyard.
And then there's one, two.
Like,
You know that feeling when your neck starts to feel all, what's the word? Tingly.
Yes, that's the word you struggle to think of. You know.
Well, I'm getting that.
I thought this was a good shot.
With the doors.
No, because if you look, those are hands. Yeah, which are the weeping angel's point of view.
Oh.
The Bible.
Where did he go?
Okay.
He tripped.
Oh.
I don't think you are. You have a nasty cut.
This took ages to finally get him to have a cut. You had to like whack him somewhere, on like on a certain spot, just so you get like a cut on his head.
Oh yeah, I've done that before.
Ugh.
Yeah.
What are they?
It's a weeping angel.
It is the weird
Yes,
zooming
weeping
shots
angel.
that I don't quite get, but
Perfect.
Was it only in this one that you did it, or was it all the others
Mechanism.
as
They're
what the
stones,
weird
so
the
stones
zoom
move.
is.
They are
So I
moving.
think there are other episodes where I do kind of
this
zoom by like a fake zoom with editing.
No one really knows what weeping angel
This one I
is
think I
like.
did it the most because a
Thank
lot of the
God
shots
for
were
it.
static,
When you
and
see
obviously
one,
there's a lot of
whatever you
talking.
do,
Yeah,
So it was like trying to break it up a bit.
Blink. Particular reason.
It's the reason why there's like an orange glow to it.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
locked.
I tried to play around with color grading and making the tiles film a bit more warmer, and then the
like
graveyard
Tenet.
being a bit more
Oh,
colder.
well.
Yeah.
Nothing too bad.
It was more because it was more of like a horror-esque episode. I wanted to kind of really create the dynamic.
Why didn't you just cut to a close-up of the monitor? Why did you zoom in?
Noticed that, did you?
Kate, there's something you're not telling me.
I don't know.
They may buy us some
Again,
time,
that was another
I
issue
need
with
that
the
last
TARDIS
lot.
because you know it kept getting updated, so a lot of the features that you
once relied on
were
now gone.
no
Yeah.
longer there. Because there was a scene in it that I needed to green screen. It was for episode 4. You know the TARDIS when the news is on the screen.
Yeah.
I needed to green screen the monitor.
Yeah.
I think it was something to do with the material. Like I couldn't access it. Like you could turn the monitor off. That was it. You could turn the monitor off, and it would have like the old overlay, like that one.
Yeah.
But I think when
or
they
it would have the the UI thing.
yeah they had the new UI. But then you couldn't go back, so I was a bit stuck because you couldn't get rid of the UI over the top. So yeah, I think I ended up having to cut it out because it was that annoying.
In one
Edit all
moment
my
in time,
TARDIS monitor shots
which
are
means
all
nothing can
masking.
get in,
throughout
nor
series
nothing
2.
can get out.
So this bit here links back to episode
This is
4.
familiar.
Right.
Wouldn't you agree?
Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, it is. I know that light. It's the light from the TARDIS when it repaired itself.
And then so they saw their future selves.
Just there, behind
Right.
that rock.
I think I might have to go and watch episode 4 again.
I actually hate that episode.
Yeah.
I think it's the worst one.
Does.
Plot-wise, it just seems a bit
Trying to
too
escape.
silly.
When you're making a Gmod series, it's good to link all the episodes together, so it's
Yeah.
kind of self-enclosed.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff in mine, you know, I think yeah, episode 2. I think maybe episode 3 is like the only one that isn't connected.
No, yeah.
Because that's just like a filler.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought.
I mean, already just those effects with the monitor there, that's an improvement, you know. From what we've just seen before, where it was like a zoom in, like TARDIS deadlocked, you know, that sort of stuff. That's that's really good. 2022 this was, because I remember helping you with this. A couple of the scenes.
It was the ending scenes because I've still got the blooper clips of you doing that because we used to we did just stick back out and you go
So that was all done in After Effects. There's no Gmod.
No, so well it is the Gmod model that I was able to extract and then put it in Blender.
I think we're in Dimensional Gateway. Basically,
Was that what you're saying? Like you were putting the lights underneath the console?
Yes. So the light is actually under the console.
Because I think I could see.
I think if you look carefully, it is literally just there.
Yeah. The only issue I had with that is like if you look, the top down lights are still green, like bluey green.
It was easier for the bottom to illuminate the whole room as red
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
than.
Interesting.
Why is that interesting?
It's another thing, you know, you have to. It's a
in
good
some
question when you're
cases,
doing Gmod
yes.
because at what point do you have to tell and not show because of the limitations?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There wasn't really a limitation here. I just think I didn't have the idea or the thought really to add a little screen of the nebula.
Yeah.
But I think it could have done with it.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a nice little little shot. Would have just added a bit more context.
But the TARDIS
Can't lie.
Nebula-
Episode 10 has some bops.
Sorry.
Soundtrack wise.
Was this all you? Or was this still?
This is still Epidemic Sound.
Still Epidemic Sound.
The later stuff in the episode was by Harry Hudson.
Right.
So I got that commissioned. This is the last time you'll see this time vortex. This intro sequence.
Was that when you have the new one?
This the next one's the new one, yeah.
Is that Yoda?
Yeah, but Yoda's a bit bugged, so he keeps crouching.
He's a bit tall for Yoda, I think.
How do you do?
Yeah. You did a voice for this, actually.
Just running some
Oh, is that
maintenance, forgot to
that's
leave the
not on
brakes
our
on.
schedule?
Nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
That wasn't on our schedule.
Your little cameo.
It was an urgent update.
Sounds nothing like you, but it's your little cameo.
I was just gonna say that because yeah, a lot of the filters on it. Yeah.
It's really bad that I kind of know the majority of this episode, like word for word.
A lot of mine I can still.
Yeah, but that's how I passed my funny story. That's how I passed my A levels.
What, just by reciting your episodes?
No, yeah, but no. So what I did, I was telling my teacher about it. I was like, oh, you know, I'm crap at like revising or remembering things, and I was like, but I could tell you the full episode of my Doctor Who stuff I make, and he was like, okay, well then why not like do something like that? I was like, no, it wasn't that. So I ended up scripting a whole Cape Who episode based around my revision. And
Is it released? Or is it...
No, I never released it. It was just for me to read through and like.
Oh, right.
The plan was to actually make it into something, but then when I realised I didn't actually have the time for that. But me going through the whole process of actually having to really think up lines on how to deliver things, it just kind of like jogged something on, and then it kind of stuck in my head.
Yeah, it's funny because you know some of the documentaries I've done, like the Bonacalina one, I can recite that like off by heart. You know some of the lines, but when I was first doing it, it was like a pain trying to remember all the lines. But once I start editing it and I'm replaying the same thing over and over and over again, that's when it goes in.
That's what gets me.
Yeah.
That's tough.
What's with all the wireframe?
That wasn't intentional, but I thought it worked. So the map didn't have anything there, so it was just like a wireframe schematic. But then I also thought it was a video game dimension.
Oh yeah.
So it kind of made sense. So it didn't seem completely out of place. And it's also kind of like dedicates like lab sort of thing at the moment. So he's kind of like making stuff.
Vortex manipulator.
I remember using a Stargate weapon for the vortex manipulator. It was I called it a transmat.
Oh yeah.
But it was basically a vortex manipulator.
Yeah.
So that. There's a recurring theme in this where the Cape's TARDIS gets taken.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
It
happens a lot. He's quite careless.
I know you have the time stone. Where is it? I don't know what you're talking about. Please, I can.
Let me use it fast without giving it to the big bad himself.
Please.
You'd be saving me.
Tell you what I would have done for this.
Let's do this.
Because you can tell it's just the same After Effects shot for the.
They actually are different.
Just there. Now,
yeah,
I would have flipped them so that it looks a bit different.
Yeah.
Make sure they don't find our little
See how his
secret.
head kind of disappears into the screen?
Yeah, I see. Oh, because of the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that issue in a couple of places. I won't tell you where, but.
Okay, fine.
That's for me to know.
What are we looking for?
And for me to find out.
Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
I was thinking that when I had done it.
Elector?
And there was a blooper I remember I didn't hear him say stop, I think.
Yeah.
Stop!
What are you doing?
Jesse, I'm busy.
I didn't hear stop then, I just said
Yeah, it's me. Just I'm not hunky anymore.
So if I was ever to remake Series 1, which I really hope I will, that's going to be a bit more established. But I also thought having the collector kind of like subtly in the background in some places, kind of watching over their past adventures.
Yeah.
Kind of reminiscing. I really hate this
You will
bit.
do no such thing.
Because they just talk in front of him. They just kind of like have this like 20-second conversation in front of him.
Don't try to talk. You gather your strength.
This is when I started using Face Poser. Obviously, he's now looks sadder.
Burnt.
So if you could use the face poser for the cape, then why didn't you use it on Gary? Or did you?
I think I did on Gary, but not as
much.
I did purposely keep his eyes open when he died, though.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't want the whole like close his eyes
wrong.
sort of thing. So this is actually a lot of this episode is all done with masking and rotoscoping. So half the time I've had to shoot the same shot 5 times.
Yeah.
So
that was a lot for me as well.
Yeah.
A lot of masking.
So this was a pain because he disappears and then those flare effects come up.
You can see like, yeah, cut off.
There is a
Right
cut
there.
off, but I feathered it so that it kind of goes over into the cape section. So you can kind of see. So actually, it was meant to cut off completely just before Gary.
Yeah.
So Gary was never meant to be, because Gary was actually in his side of the shot. So
yeah.
Be kind. Always try to have a good time.
Very
You'll never be
Capaldi.
alone.
That was the
Never
inspiration.
stop. Always be you. Be amazing.
So there's kind of like a hallucination. So if you look around him, he's got like chromatic
Because
aberration.
in order for
It's a
something
very
to have
short
a
shot though.
Yeah.
It has to have an end.
And then he says his catchphrase one last time.
Here we go.
That's his catchphrase.
Yeah,
Here
but
we
he
go.
says here we go to everything. And I never noticed I did it until episode 8. But I say here we go to absolutely everything. Oh yes, let me just point at it and it will magically start working.
Do what I say. Do what I say. Do
Do
what I say.
Willogs, there you go. Crowd spokesperson 3.
I didn't even have a name. I was just crowd spokesperson.
Yeah, you were just some guy,
I was just some
some
background
lizard
character,
guy.
some extra. Oh, I didn't know. Gask Films did this as well. You said he was mobile controller.
Yeah, I don't think he did loads. Not compared to you.
Has he ever done any visual effects for you?
No, I never got him to do it. The only thing in anything close to that was him helping me out with making the new time vortex, but I did that myself, just with his guidance.
A production by capable of production.
I know.
A memorable Christmas. In the live stream, we only saw a snippet of it.
Yes. Well, this is now the
this
full
is
thing.
the
It's all,
full version.
It's all out. Yeah.
So this is a deep analysis, everyone. Here we go.
Tear it apart. Rip it to shreds.
Very wonky camera.
Yeah, I wish I kind of do the opening shot. I was unsure about whether I wanted to keep it or redo it, but I had time constraints.
lag
So I just left
issues.
it in. Yeah.
I do like this one.
I like this one.
It's the only snow globe with texture on it. It's obviously meant to be that one.
Why is there a dishwasher?
It's some like weird ass Christmas market.
That's ridiculous.
James talking about the actors thing. So Shane
Yeah,
on the right
I
over
get
there is actually done by with the actors mod.
How's she doing?
So you can set places for him to walk, and then it swaps over to Greg over here now.
It's a bit
in this
bumpy,
shot.
isn't it?
Yeah. So when every new point they kind of stop.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
But most of the time you can kind of hide it behind someone walking in front of them or a crate or something like that.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's Father Christmas on his sleigh. He's upgraded his reindeer.
Well, I'm going. It's up to you if you want to come.
So this is actually my mate from sixth form.
I'm not going.
I remember we originally filmed her lines actually in my edit studio at my sixth form, and then we ended up redoing it when she came over to my place. We spent like a whole day just filming her lines.
It does take a while though. You know, it can take a couple of hours to do.
She was great to film with because she's so funny, but because she's so funny, you then get sidetracked.
Do more takes. Yeah.
So if there's a scene where like you're out of breath, she literally would jump on my bed, bounce on it, and then run across the room to the microphone and be like,
you do anything to get the take, don't you?
I didn't tell her to do that.
Hello, is anyone in there?
Yeah, this was the snippet. Now with music.
Are you okay?
Do I look okay?
I just glowed orange, honey.
Oh my god, are you okay?
You just asked me that.
I do like this new intro. It just needs a TARDIS in it, which obviously we didn't have time for.
The quality is a lot better. You can tell immediately.
On the blue box.
It's quite funny because I've played Halo Reach, so I see. I just see them as like you know,
yeah. Well, I didn't play much Halo, so to me, they are the Corvox.
I'm Lily. Lily Rose.
I'll explain later.
I'm Millie Anderson.
This is the commissioned piece.
Who did this?
So what is
That was the
It's called a TARDIS. Stands for
the Xene guy.
I don't actually remember.
Oh,
what
the
it
guy on my
stands for.
Discord.
Anyways,
Yeah.
it's my ship. The time
He's
vortex
great.
brought something with me.
He's
So it was
He's
you who brought
amazing.
that big spaceship. Are you okay?
If you ask me that one more time, I will scream.
You were like this earlier.
Just replace
Writing.
all of Lily's dialogue with just, oh my god, are you okay?
You probably could.
Well, I don't plan to turn you in.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
But I really do like Lily because I've kind of given her a bit of a backstory. Her mum's got to go through chemotherapy, lung cancer. You know, there's her family is quite important to the plot.
Yeah.
Whereas with Gary, there was no mention of his family. He had no friends, no family. He just kind of like joined the TARDIS and got on and left.
Yeah. I do think characterization is, quite important.
Hey, you can't do that.
I'm the weapon.
Oh my god, are you okay?
Stop.
Done. Basically, I've wasted my time.
Oh
If it
my
makes
god, are you
sense to
okay?
Then you know you haven't wasted your time.
Oh god. You could have a lot of fun with it.
You could. Fun fact with this drawing, I actually drew it in real. Actually, I've got it. Hang on.
Have you got it?
There are Easter eggs. So this is it
MC squared.
in real life.
Yeah.
So what I did, basically, I just took a photo of it, extracted all the black in Photoshop, and then put it onto a transparent background, and then loaded that into After Effects, and then did some 3D stuff with it. I actually got bored doing this halfway through and ended up drawing the TARDIS. So that TARDIS in the bottom right was actually because I just literally forgot what I was doing, ended up drawing a TARDIS and went, oh crap. So then I did actually mark it, Doodles, I got bored. I got bored. I got bored planning. But in the top right, there's a bit where under the "What am I missing?" There's a bit that says Gary. That says Gary would know what to do.
Yeah.
The one at the top left says, "I love my ink pencil because it looks like ink," and I realised he actually used a pencil. So then I ended up writing, "Oh, it's actually a special pencil that produces ink." I actually put proper. Formula equations for like things like transcendental dimensions and all that stuff, and there's actually like it's all on that. So it was a nice little attention to detail. I can always tell when you've done it because you do more frantic head movements compared to me.
It's because I'm used to it. I tend to do it on syllable.
Right.
So I go duh, 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 duh. So if I was like, "Hello, how are you?"
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
Yeah, mine's on Word.
On Word? Oh.
Yeah. Obviously, it was like
like
because. No. Obviously, if it's word like because, I'm not gonna go because. Like I'm not gonna say because. It would be like because. But yeah.
Yes. Hello. I'm John Doe.
Could have added a bit more smoothness onto
that,
that, I think.
I would have added more facial movement as well.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Like this one.
That's quite good,
He's
though.
a bit strange. Who is he, though?
That was my first ever animation on my own, so I thought for a first go it's not too bad.
Yeah, you're getting better.
I don't exactly know.
Definitely.
The later stuff is a lot better.
I know he can fix it.
Does he just have a straw sticking out of his chest now,
Yeah.
from like now on?
I trust him.
I assume the paramedics will sort him out later on.
On my way.
They'll surgically remove it. Was it like a paper straw, a plastic straw?
It was like a plastic straw, but he was like, because he's on his 78th medical training course, he's able to like make
Somehow put it into
it to make objects more maneuverable. I should have changed it to like a pipe, like a metal pipe. But
live, you live.
Well, judging from what happened.
I was quite happy with this
Lily,
effect
what were you
and how it
thinking?
lingers a little
I'm
bit
not
after.
leaving you now. I want to see this to the end.
I think overall the After Effects stuff has been pretty consistent, you know, quality-wise. It's been really good. You know.
No, I think it also blends a lot more with Gmod compared to the other stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of it was a lot more like flashy and like, you know, oh, I'm trying to do this, but sometimes it looked like in a way too good for Gmod.
Yeah. It's it's finding the balance. You know. Because a lot of the effects I used were all like in-game stuff, so the quality
I've started
matched.
combining. Yeah, I've started combining. Even in the bit where he's in the mind probe machine, that's literally just an effect that's already in Gmod.
Yeah,
so that's based on top. So
it's like what you said. It's just time constraints, isn't it? You know, if you promise a date, you gotta fulfill it. Like there was a scene in episode 6. I missed some of the Dalek light stuff.
Oh right.
Yeah, and I spent like the whole day doing it, and it was just that one scene, and I can't go back now. It's cemented.
There's a bit in this bit where like he taps the control panel and there's no sound, and I was like, oh, that really could have done with just just a little like, and that's it. That's all you needed.
There's some stuff, you know, that just really bugs you, like just little nitpicky things.
It's things that people don't really care about, and it's just like here we are just stressing about it because we think, oh, people are gonna pick up on it, and oh my god.
There's some things that I've picked up on that really bug me, but then there's stuff that I haven't really picked up on that other people have, and it's like, oh, I haven't noticed that before.
That's why I try and get my mate to watch it before I release it. I'm like, here, I would have got the door to close sooner, and then I would have.
Oh, how convenient! One live pod.
Stuff like that.
But again, it's just like little nitpicky things. It's not nothing major. Something about the textures on that pod, they look a bit cartoony.
Impact imminent.
Yeah, it's actually from the Clone Wars, like the Clone Wars Star Wars series.
That's quite cool.
Yeah, but it was the only thing I could use that would serve the purpose.
Oh, I see what you mean. You got the Republics thing there.
Yeah. Again, if I had time, I would have probably like removed them out in post.
Yeah.
She repaired herself.
So much fun filming this scene.
Different. But
it was like I had so many shots that I just didn't use because there was too many.
Shall we,
and it was like, which ones do I use?
Look at you.
I always think this reminds me of the Halo 4 main titles.
It does. I listen back to it, it really does. But I think it works so well for this. Like the lights pulsate now. You get a full little look around there's actually the new sonic screwdriver there.
Yeah.
In the sonic screwdriver port. That was kind of like a little subtle little hint to the new one, but you see that more obviously in Series 3.
Looking back, it's one of the things I didn't really do with my series. I didn't add like little sounds and things to make the TARDIS seem alive.
So,
it was just a machine for mine.
You know,
I've always had that with TARDIS because I've always loved the TARDIS ever since I was a kid. So, and you notice that a lot in Series 2 that we're majority, probably about 30% of the series you are in the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just because I love it so much.
That's good. Really good. Because it's, you know, you can tell already it's just an improvement from the last season. Yeah.
It's also nice that there is a script finally that actually makes sense.
Solid story, you know.
Yeah.
And that's one of the main things. Just a solid story, you know.
Episode 10's good and all, but the story has a few potholes.
I should say
So-
animators.
I know you've already told me this. Shut up.
Just
Shut up.
animationists.
If you look on Google, it is a word. I don't know.
Animators rolls off the tongue, but yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Owen. That was
my pseudonym, yeah. But I've had quite a bit of free time with being ill, so I've just kind of been sat at my desk really, just kind of getting on with stuff. But the filming actually only realistically, if I just got my head down, takes about 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's the thing about COVID, because I've heard a lot of my friends saying, oh, it's terrible in COVID lockdown, but for me, I got a lot of stuff done.
No, exactly. When there's nothing in my way kind of stopping me, or if I've got lack of motivation, I can actually record Cape Poo quite quickly.
Because if you look on my channel, I think I had episode 3 out in the June or July. It was.
Did you not have it out in time for Remembrance Day?
It was a couple of months afterwards, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember I submitted it like at that time because I wanted to show my college.
Yeah.
Because it was over Zoom. But I had that out in the June or July. It was one or the other. And then I think by December I had episode 4 out. So it was literally about 5 months, 6 months.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Tune into what was the next episode? It was Data Breach. Whenever that comes out.
Yeah, whenever that comes out.
I'll be announcing that in my Discord server when that comes out. I will do. I'll give it a little shout out.
Might as well just shout out the whole series.
I'm gonna put the all the links below, all the series.
Okay.
Should have put series 1 there as well.
No, I meant as in.
I'll put series
Discord,
1, 2, and 3 in there. Yeah.
Don't you bloody dare. I meant as in shouting out each episode as they come out in the Discord. But yeah, that's fine. So.
Adios.
Thanks for watching. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
The first time I watched this, it was great. Do you think you're going to make a series?
You did make a series.
I did make a series.